Episode 2. Mom, you're up early. Yaren entered the kitchen. The face of her 27-year-old daughter was full of concern. Let me help you. No, it's fine. Go back to sleep. But it's too much for you to do alone, Mom. At Yaren's words, Suna looked at her daughter. Her daughter was the same age she had been when she got married. This child must not live like me. Yaren, don't live like me. Even if you marry, live with self-respect. Mom. Yaren's eyes welled up with tears. Suna forced a smile. It's okay. I'm used to it. Go. Get some more sleep. Reluctantly, Yaren left, and Suna started working again. She made batter for the pancakes, whisking eggs, mixing flour, and chopping vegetables. Her hands moved incessantly, but her heart grew heavier. The sun began to rise. Outside the window, it was gradually getting brighter. Suna paused for a moment and looked out. She could hear birds chirping. She envied the birds flying freely. She felt trapped in this kitchen, her prison. Suna, is breakfast ready? Her husband shouted from the living room. It seemed he had gotten up at 7. I'll bring it right now. Suna hurriedly set the breakfast table. A few side dishes, fried eggs, kimchi, some namul. Her husband looked at the table and frowned. Is this all? It's a holiday. Shouldn't you prepare a bit more? I'll set a proper table when the guests arrive. I thought we'd keep breakfast simple. Did I say I wanted to eat simply? You have no sense of face, even from the morning. Her husband's voice rose. Suna went back to the kitchen and brought more side dishes. Her husband started eating, grumbling. The soup is bland. Why can't you ever get the seasoning right? The side dishes are terrible, too. After over 30 years of cooking, you should have improved by now. With each critical remark, Suna just bowed her head. If she talked back, he would only yell louder. After finishing his meal, her husband started reading the newspaper in the living room. Suna cleared the table and began preparing the holiday food again. She started braising the ribs for the galbajim. The smell of the stock spread through the house. Can't you keep the smell down? Turn on the vent. Her husband complained again. The vent was already on, but Suna said nothing. By 8 o'clock, Hanul had also gotten up. Her 32-year-old son came to the kitchen to help his mother. Mom, let me help you a bit. No, it's fine. But your sisters-in-law will find something to criticize anyway. It must be hard to do it all alone. At Hanil's words, Suna looked at her son. He knew. He knew how much his mother suffered every holiday. Hanul, when you marry later, help your wife. Don't let her suffer alone like this. Of course, I would never live like Dad. At her son's words, Suna smiled bitterly. So even her children knew their father's behavior was wrong. She looked at the clock. It was 8:30. Her sisters-in-law would arrive soon. Suna did a final check. Were the foods properly prepared? Was anything missing? But no matter how perfectly she prepared, her sisters-in-law would find fault. They always did. Suna looked in the mirror. Her hair was disheveled from the early morning work, and her face looked tired. She hastily tied her hair back and applied some lotion. She still looked shabby. Her 60 years of life were clearly etched on her face. Suna, tidy up the living room before the family arrives. Her husband commanded again. The living room was already clean, but Suna cleaned it again. Obeying her husband's orders was ingrained in her. As she cleaned, Suna thought, 33 years. It had been a long time. Had there ever been love in the beginning? Or had she simply succumbed to the institution of marriage? Her memories were hazy now. All that remained was duty, responsibility, and face. Was this really the life she had dreamed of? The doorbell rang. Her sisters-in-law had arrived. Suna took a deep breath. The real battle was about to begin. She had to endure today. She had to endure tomorrow, as if it were her destiny. As she went to open the door, Suna told herself one last time. Just endure a little more. Just a little more. But no one knew when that little more would end. Another day was beginning. The same holiday day, repeating for the 33rd year. Cliffhanger. The sisters-in-law have arrived, their critical eyes scanning every corner. Suna's holiday ordeal is just beginning. How will she withstand their sharp tongues and constant belittlement? Find out in the next episode.